Hey everybody, it's Dave here, and we are going live. I'm still waiting on Flip and Jason. I know you see me twice. It's not the way you wanted to, but we are waiting. Hopefully they show up. In the meantime, let's switch to a Wonder Window view. Boom. Oop, that wasn't it. Boom. Boom, there we go. Hey Mary, thank you for joining me. We are waiting on Flip and Jason. And the Vikings are on defense, snap, flag, and we will go from here. Let me get the tweet out that we are live. Oh, who else just tweeted? Hey Wayne, how are you? How do you like this kill the clock BS? Just curious. This is driving me crazy. All right, tweets out. Hey, Roger, how are you? Ugly, you got that right. This is so frustrating. The offense, at least the defense is partially played. I mean, there's times when they let the run go, but hey. And we get a completion to the tight end. Clock keeps ticking, 44, 43, 42. And here we go. Score 17-3. 2nd and 5. Clock still winding down. Snap, throw, and there it is. Incompletion. And as I blow up this background, because I hate when it does that. Screw that. I'm going to 2 screen.
Clock on the move inside a minute. Fields throwing for Komet.
Boom.
Out across midfield.
Let's get my 2 window open. There we go. As you see Flip next to me. How are you doing, Flip?
Minnesota went 1-13 here in Chicago.
Yes, Wayne, play
nice
calling
job against
has
that.
sucked.
And
a snap again. Fields goes back. Looking around, under pressure, throws it out of bounds. 23 seconds on the clock.
Well, it's all going to be about looking towards the future, as we've already touched on with this conversation.
Yes, I agree with you on that one.
Those kind of conversations are the kind of conversations that happen right now. Even though
Nicholas Boatwright, good to see you again, my friend. No balls on offense.
Better team out there tonight.
Steve, how you doing there, buddy?
You're the best team in the score.
Yes, we
Nope.
were the best team out there tonight, and that's not saying a whole lot. Jason is in the green room. Let's bring him on real quick. Boom, let me load him up.
Cousins tonight has 87 passing
Boom.
yards.
Come on, give me this.
That'll be the fewest pass
Looking
yards
at it,
in
Jason.
any start in Cousins' NFL career.
Boom.
We came on the
Bring Foot
broadcast
back.
talking about Kirk Cousins and how hot he's been. 27-5.
Foot's
Now
back.
he's got
All 3 of us
29
are here.
touchdowns and only 5 or 6 interceptions. But I think this next month of the season will be the most important in his career.
Cheers, my friend.
Obviously, he was
6
brought here
seconds.
to win playoff
2nd and
games.
10.
And this is his 4th year, and they've only won
Mannion
one
sitting there
playoff game back in
congratulating
2019.
Kirk on a lousy
And
night.
so he's got to win the next 3, as we outlined, and that's
Hey,
not
we
gonna be
won
easy
by
to do.
more than 1 score.
That's the
in the
challenge
second
of
time this season. How about that?
Jimmy Graham's
Oh,
first catch
freaking
comes with
crazy.
14 seconds left.
Now they're going to hurry up.
Uh-huh. Boom, throw. Completion.
They're really going to spike that
Loading,
ball.
20 out of bounds.
They
1
are
second
really going to
left.
spike that ball.
And now he's piling up wins on the prime
Oh, I
time.
see G-Mac saying, Jason is cheerful as ever. Can we get a smile, Jason? There we go. All right.
Honestly, I really enjoyed our conversation with him.
This is absolutely
E-Mac.
Look at that.
awesome.
Coming after
Kirk
Jay.
Cousins has won 3 of his last 4 primetime starts, y'all.
Yeah, not by his
Boom.
hand, though.
Y'all know I mute you till the clock gets 0. So
That's fine. And we are at 0. Fields moving around, throws deep into the end zone, caught just shy. They're marking it at the half-yard
what, are they going to
line.
kick a field goal now?
No, that's it. That's the game. Clock's run out.
Somebody stop the clock with 1 second left.
This is funny. Oh, I'm ahead of you guys. I'm watching live. Oh, this is going to be disputed.
I mean, it's a touch. Yeah, that looks like a touchdown. I'm pretty sure that's a touchdown. But
Yeah,
like,
he
who
didn't
cares?
have
David,
control
play the music.
until he was on
David,
the...
play the music.
We're playing the music. It's a short one.
Get ready to join the conversation. Win or lose, victory or agonizing defeat, disappointment or glory. Climbing the Pocket is here.
Unbelievable.
And that's it. Game's over.
Oh, this team. Oh, this team. Hey, Flip, what was your tweet? What did you say the Vikings were supposed to do in this game? We were supposed to blow
I
them
said we
out, like,
should. We should.
Just like, what was the tweet? What did you say again? How was this game supposed to go?
I don't remember. That was like 6 hours ago, man.
That's
The
fair.
Vikings should
That's
pummel
fair.
the Bears tonight, demolish them, pulverize them, rain thunder and lightning down upon them, pwn them. It should be a 28-point victory, a shutout, resting starters by the third quarter, no turnovers, no missed kicks, few penalties. Just do it.
17-9?
Yeah.
What? That was 17-3.
I don't
Oh, they
think
gave
did
him the
any of
score.
that.
They gave him the 6 points.
Yeah, they gave him the score. This is
Okay.
I don't know, man. This was it's a weird one. You know, we won. The season's not over.
It's what we
We live
wanted.
to fight another
Two-
week. We got the W.
Two-score game. Two-score game.
I mean, was it 2 scores at the end? It came down to a 1-score game.
No,
They gave him the touchdown at the
7-9
end.
is 8 points, 1 score. You got
It's 8
it?
points.
They gave- Oh my!
They gave him
They
the
gave him the
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yes.
They gave him the touchdown. Woo! All right, so let's talk about this thing. I don't know. We won, and I'm happy we won. But like, whoa, what did we just watch? Like, this was among the least fulfilling wins we've had in a long time. Dalvin didn't play well. Kirk didn't have 100 yards passing. We won
Kirk
though.
was trash.
Flip, talk to
I
me, man.
still just
How you feeling, bro?
I cannot believe they gave him that touchdown to make it a 1-score game at the end.
Still beats.
You
the
know,
spread.
I'm in a great place. You know, we've been saying for a while now, don't watch until the fourth quarter, and I was in transit for the entire first half, which was nice because this is the first Vikings game that I've got to watch with my father in 2 years, 720 days. So
That's cool.
That's amazing.
As he put it, this game is stupid, and he said that multiple times during the affair, and I think we can all agree with that.
Yes, we can. This was one of those weird series. As you know, we start to look at some of the stats from the game. The Vikings overall had a 22. Looks like, let me see what we did. We had a success rate of 54.5% on the game here for all of our series. The Bears were almost at 70%. So, like, in terms of moving the ball, the Bears, it feels like, and they were saying it a lot on the broadcast as well. Like, the Bears, it felt like in many facets of the game, they played a lot better than we expected. Like, they were out there trotting out like dudes from the practice squad, guys they picked up off the street in the
Moving
secondary.
Players out of position.
To only put up 17 points on this team with a full set of backup defensive backs. I understand that, you know, a lot of people say this game is won in the trenches, and there was an obvious mismatch in the Bears' favor with Akeem Hicks and crew, the Bears defensive line, going up against our offensive line. Mason Cole had a very rough game. So that did
Mason
change
Cole.
some things. But 3.2 yards per play. I mean, what are the stats here? Kirk Cousins, 87 yards passing. That's 61 yards net passing when you include the 4 times he got sacked. The Vikings offense, basically, they had a touchdown drive, a 77-yard touchdown drive, sandwiched in between 7 3-and-outs,
which is
to
crazy.
end that game. 7.
It's wild. Like, what is it, 5 yards for the Vikings in the second quarter? I don't know.
The play calling was atrocious.
We won the game, and I don't even know what to say other than, like, we won the game. We live to play Flips Rams next week.
I mean, I'm good with it. Like I said, it's a win. I'm not too hot and heavy here. It's not like I'm gonna start saying Super Bowl or bust, but we got Kirk Cousins' 2 touchdown streak is alive. He's now done that in something like 30 games or something, third most all time in Vikings franchise history. Justin Jefferson got his little end zone gritty going. Never going to hate on that. Amir Smith-Marset got the first touchdown of Amir Smith-Marset's career in this game. And we got to see Kenny Wangu too, who looked good enough. Even though, I mean, why give that guy 3 carries if you're going to give Dalvin 28? I thought for a second they had learned about Dalvin and the fresh legs, but
I just.
But at the end of the day, Dan is correct. Screw the stats. A win is a win is a win is a win is a win. The Bears clearly did not seem like they were a team that had any interest in winning that game.
And those uniforms are hideous. Those uniforms
stripes
are
on stripes.
Fugly. They don't look cool. They don't look old school. They look terrible.
I love them.
Why?
Because they look that way. They look silly. They look like Pippi Longstockings. If you're old enough to remember Pippi Longstockings.
Dan, we just agreed with you. Why are you still complaining, Dan? Dan, we said, you are correct. Screw the stats. We won the game. But now we're trying to understand what happened in the game and how it is that we played what feels like our worst game of the season. And up until that last play of the game.
That did not feel like our worst game of the season.
One of our worst games of the season, and we win by, it looked like we were going to win by our biggest margin of the season until, a garbage time tutty there at the end. So we'll take the W's, but
it was bad.
Looking at Flip, I think you might have gone through all the bright spots. We got Justin Jefferson. Wanwu look good. The
Wanwu,
defense,
3 carries,
the red zone defense.
I didn't mention the defense. DJ Wanham, 3 sacks.
He had 3 sacks. That's amazing.
Yeah. We got
we got a Gamecock in here. Somebody was giving a shout out to the Gamecocks in the comments. I lost them though.
We got a Patrick Peterson with a couple pass breakups. We got an Eric Kendricks ejection. I don't think there's much to say about this one, y'all.
David, how did you feel about it?
Oh, I was frustrated the whole night. The defense tried. They would get gashed, and then they would stop, and they'd get gashed, and they would stop. And the backside played, I thought, relatively well. You saw Harrison Smith all over the place. Kendricks did get ejected. People thought that was a bad hit. I thought he was trying to come up and miss him because Fields, instead of laying back on his back, kept his head up. If he'd have laid on his back, Kendricks would have flew right over him. But the offense, I thought, was absolute crap all game.
There it is. Nicholas is the Gamecock. Shout out to Nicholas. And Donald, calm the fuck down, okay? I'm trying to figure out. Yes, the Lions game was clearly the absolute worst game of the season. The worst game that we played in a victory.
Now,
Donald.
I told
Apologies.
Mary before this,
Donald.
watch, we'll sweep the division except for that one Lions loss.
You think, David?
Okay.
Mark my words.
Okay.
And we still won't make the playoffs.
Oh,
I don't know if the
you were
Lions
saying that
loss was the worst loss. I
you
mean,
think Cooper Rush was worse?
Cooper Rush was worse.
Yeah, but there was a
Definitely.
bunch of bad ones that they could have won.
Justin Jefferson went for 182 and a touchdown in that Lions game. He had 1 second half catch in this one.
I mean, yeah.
Yes,
but
Andrew, even at Green Bay.
My highlight is the turnovers on defense. You know, good to see not just DJ Wanham, but Cam Dantzler get in there, Chris Boyd recover a fumble, just be able to hassle Justin Fields all night long. Not the toughest task in the world, but it is good to see the defense just not crumble like they have for a few consecutive weeks, and hopefully that translates into next Sunday against the Rams. That's my highlight.
There it is. The highlight is the defense not completely falling apart, even though the Bears were able to move the ball up and down the field on them, which, I mean, that makes me a little nervous. Because the Bears, but at the end of the day, we got the W. As Nick Olson would say, Mike Zimmer once again put on a clinic in the red zone, as he has been doing now for how many consecutive years? I don't know, it feels like 5 or 6 every year. We're tops in the league in red zone. And, that was really the game. The Bears were able to move the ball, but then forgot how to play football, or the defense played lights out once we got in the red zone, and that was the tale of things. Once again, I feel like our special teams outplayed their special teams. They made all the bigger mistakes. The bigger one. It's like, I guess momentum. Eric and our friends would tell us momentum's not real, because every time it felt like the Bears would get it, they were just like, we don't want this. Take it right back, please. Have it. We don't want to hold on to it. We'd like to commit a big penalty or muff a punt and then commit a penalty, or turn the ball over and then commit a penalty. And to the question, it's definitely Nagy who gets fired first, right? Like, there's
out of the two,
Nagy looked like he was trying to get fired today.
They both should, but the question is, who gets notified first so they can start hiring, doing interviews here in after next week?
I'm trying to find my low light play in the play-by-play right now. I don't. Oh yeah, my low light is
the arm punt. It's the arm punt.
Why does Kirk not know how to slide? We pay the man $35 million. He does not know how to slide or dive.
And he
get
dives
the first
a half
down
yard short.
Or protect. Like, what was that? He literally just side tumbled like a 3-year-old trying to do a cartwheel. What was that?
And it's the second time he's done that this season.
And then the 17-yard punt the next play on 4th and inches.
17-9, Marianne.
17-9.
That is my low light. If you paid me $35 million a year, I would go out, I would buy myself a couple patches of grass, and I would just slide.
Practice?
I would practice how to sliding. Justin Fields slides so well that linebackers are getting kicked out of the game. And Kirk Cousins is cartwheeling like a 3-year-old.
Thomas, that might be because Kirk is a chino pants van driving dorkwad. My goodness. That is the least profane, yes, harshest burn I think I've seen in these comments all season long.
I just don't like watching that. I just don't enjoy that being on the television screen.
And the arm, like, I don't know, that arm punt.
We won.
We did win.
Oh, the
We
arm
did
punt
win, and we're going to take it.
was explained that Justin Jefferson was tripped up.
They went back to the replay. Justin Jefferson was on the ground when he threw the ball.
I know.
And
I was
even
like,
if he wasn't on the ground,
why was it
the safety
a sky
was just
ball?
standing there.
You do.
Like, he
You
would have
do.
got Justin murdered on that.
Our boy Matt Anderson got on us in the group chat, but like people were saying, once Kirk misses that first deep shot, you know it's going to be a day. You know it's going to be a day.
And where does that come from?
Right? It's literally like Dalvin 30 carries Dalvin because Kirk's going 50% passing and 3.7 yards per attempt.
I know we're not supposed to give them any, but Akeem Hicks is a dude. Like,
Yeah.
my Lord.
Yeah.
But with that said, why did we insist on continuing to try to run the ball at him? Like, David, David, I'm going to ask you an actual, like, a question. Let's dig into something. Let's try to talk about something other than, like, what the hell did we just watch? We won the game, but we're not really sure how it happened. Okay, offensive line. You're dealing with a game wrecker like Akeem Hicks. Mm-hmm. What could the Vikings have done differently in this game to not let Akeem Hicks completely destroy everything they were looking to do?
You double him or you run away from him?
I mean, it looks like they tried to run away from him a couple times, and that didn't work either.
Well, but you got a good one on the other side.
What I think you do here is you start to make that Chicago defense move laterally, which I didn't see. We didn't see a lot of wide receiver screens, quick tosses. We didn't see anything into the flats, swing passes, or anything like that. We didn't see them purposely move the pocket for Kirk Cousins. And I think those types of things would have helped.
It was like we gave up because we tried to do a couple screens to the outside early. Roquan Smith blew one up. I think Ogletree blew another one up. And then we just said, okay, well, that's not going to work. Let's not do that anymore. Dalvin,
just run
30 carries
ahead.
Up the middle. We're just going to run straight at them.
Why are we throwing all those screens when you had a replacement secondary?
I think you throw the screens to draw that secondary up. Draw them closer to the line of scrimmage, then you go deep on them. I'm okay with that.
They should have.
I mean, that is a very good point.
Mixed them up with routes, flooding aside, running crossers. It worked on the one touchdown to ISM where they ran Justin across this way and ISM this way, and ISM broke out as the defender stayed on Justin. They should have done more of that during the game. It would have made more sense. You attack weaknesses, not strengths. As for Akeem Hicks, he's obviously their strengths. You either double it and try to, eliminate it, or you go where he isn't. And that's moving everybody. Like you said.
So I think we all knew we were going to lose that battle. Go ahead, Jason.
No, Flip, we just had the question. So when you see something like this, doesn't make any sense. David just put it up on the screen. Who do you like? We keep doing the pie chart of blame on the offense, but like we have a game like this that doesn't look the way we expect it to look. Is that a Kirk thing? Like when you were looking at things, was it a Kirk execution thing that you found to be at the root of our issues, or did you feel like it was more, as somebody else said earlier, just a run, pass, punt, play calling mix? Which one kind of did you find to be more bothersome as you were kind of watching the game and it not unfolding maybe the way that you thought it was going to?
In that game specifically, the offensive line is just garbage. So like if you want to make a pie chart of the blame, Rick Spielman's going to be at the top of it for me because oh my God, they can't do anything up the middle. And I think you do have to, establish a balanced offense in 2021. especially when Adam Thielen is out. You've lost Irv Smith for a year. So they were right to target Justin Jefferson 10 times in this game. They didn't target anybody else more than 3 times. I think that was the right call, but, you know,
with Justin Jefferson,
you would have
do you
hoped.
remember any drops?
No. I mean, Kirk was a little inaccurate. I'm not saying Kirk is completely absolved of blame, but number one for me is the offensive line. Number two is, again, this is fresh. You know, the game just ended. I didn't even know the final score of this game, but in my opinion, I think that we expected not just Justin Jefferson, but Amir Smith-Marset, Dede Westbrook, Tyler Conklin to win some of their matchups against that weak secondary, and we really didn't see it. We did not see receivers running wide open down the field. So maybe there's something there. And then, yeah, I mean, if we ever trade Kirk Cousins away, I don't think I'm going to shed a tear, but that's my pie chart of blame. Offensive line, receivers, and then Kirk.
There it is. Yeah, Mason Cole. It was not suitable for work after a while there. Like he was, what they were doing to him was just, it was ungodly.
Why would you get a guy just like who looks exactly like Garrett Bradbury? He's got like the same exact physique. If they were wearing the same number, you would not be able to tell them apart. Like,
Mary, is that sarcasm? I'm saying sarcasm.
Yes.
You're not feeling that this was a dominant team win by the Minnesota Vikings, Mary? It was a W.
Hey, Jason, I wanted to ask you, do you know how many subscribers we have to our YouTube station?
Oh, I'm not on there right now, but I can look it up, David.
Please do. Tell me how close we are. Our goal is
Okay,
1,000, everybody. We want 1,000 subscribers.
We are 4 away, David.
Oh, we gained one
4
since we
away.
started the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, we are 4 away.
900,
I'm going to auction off some of Dave's art when we get there.
Yeah. Oh,
we're calling him uh-oh.
Hey, I'm
loving the comments. I'm loving the comments. That was the first. I mean, wow. We need 4 followers and we need 4 wins to make the playoffs.
Let's go.
So
let's do it.
Let's go.
And we're talking
like our
about
chances
one
better.
of my wonderful pieces of artwork. I keep generating them at least 1 or 2 a week for the Vikings, and just posted one earlier today before the game. Vikings D-line versus the Chicago Bears O-line from years past.
Yeah.
So
Can
Pops,
you give us one of Mason Cole?
I could. Do I want to? I mean, I use my art to inspire, not to disappoint.
We just have one of like Akeem Hicks throwing Mason Cole. It could be like the Dirty Dancing scene, but it's Mason Cole being held up by Akeem Hicks. I think you have it in you, David.
I'm gonna interview my father for the final sentence. If you could give us one sentence on your thoughts of the Vikings win over the Bears.
It was the weirdest game I've ever seen them play.
The weirdest game he's ever seen them play. There you go,
Pops
y'all.
is on it.
He's right.
Pops is on it. Yeah. I mean, what else is there to say? What else is there to say other than that? One of the weirdest games. Yeah. I mean, we won. But we won. So we'll take it.
We're at 500. 7-7.
That's where that's our spot. That's what we like. We don't want to rise too high. There might be expectations or something if we actually start to get too far above 500.
Yep.
500 feels comfortable. There we go. I don't know.
That's all I got, y'all.
David, it's all we got. It was a weird ass game. We're happy we won. We get to play again in a couple of days, and it's a good thing that the team we're playing next doesn't have a very good defensive line, so it shouldn't be a problem. We should be okay. It should be fine.
And Flip's going to that game, are you not?
to the Rams. No, the Rams game is in Minnesota, and it's
Oh, okay.
December up there. No, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not.
The Rams game is on the 26th. It's a Sunday, and I believe it's a nooner. And we'll see how that goes. But being the 26th, that's Boxing Day for those that live over in the British Isles. And for the rest of us, it's the day after Christmas. And it is Christmas week. And I want to wish all of our viewers, our commenters, and our family, you've meant a whole lot to us. And I do appreciate that you've become family. You ask each other where each other is at if one is missing. You've sent us love, and we appreciate that, and we want to reciprocate. We love you guys just as much. We hope you have a safe, a very happy, joyous, Merry Christmas. From us here at Climb in the Pocket, Jason and Flip.
Yes, indeed. To
Merry
all of
Christmas,
you.
y'all. Happy holidays.
And we
Enjoy
should have
some time
more
off from work.
Yep. And we should have some more shows this week. And there's plenty of Vikings to talk about always. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and ring that bell so you know when
There
we're
we go.
Skol
Tell your
Vikings!
friends.
Go Vikes.
Skol. Play the music.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And if you're listening on your favorite aggregator, make sure you rate us. And always feel free to join the conversation here at Climb in the Pocket.
Skol, everybody.